The 2016 BMW X5 M by G-Power. The BMW X5 is now in its third generation, but the X5 M is only in its second generation? What gives? Well, for those who don't know, BMW didn't start building the X5 M until 2010 when the X5 was in the middle of the second generation run. As late as the X5 M was to the party, it has still proven to be a very popular performance version of the X5, so much so that it has received tuning programs from some of the most noted BMW aftermarket specialists in the business today. G-Power is one of those firms and, recently, it unveiled a 3-stage engine upgrade program for the X5 M that takes the SUV's output to as high as 750 horsepower. The German tuner is also offering 2 lesser upgrades, even though the use of less in this context is extremely loose. In other words, G-Power's Stage 1 and Stage 2 kits are also packed with extra power, and enough of it to give the X5 M a more dangerous punch off the block. But this kit isn't all about power, either. The German tuner is also offering a new set of wheels and modifications to the SUV's chassis and suspension, designed to handle and accommodate the changes made to its twin-turbo V8 engine. If you thought a performance model like the BMW X5 M doesn't need upgrades like this one, prepare to be proven wrong. The SUV's potential is still vast enough for an aftermarket tuner like G-Power to unlock it. It's no wonder that when the challenge arrived to do it, the German tuner was more than up to the task. Continue after the jump to read the full story. Exterior. G-Power limited the exterior upgrades on the BMW X5 M to a new set of 23-inch Hurricane RR forged alloy wheels wrapped in 325/25 ZR23 tires. The tires are of high quality as they're made from aircraft-grade aluminum. Interior. Likewise, the German tuner opted to leave the X5 M's interior alone to concentrate on the comprehensive engine modification it developed for the performance SUV. Drivetrain. This is where it really gets interesting because the numbers G-Power is throwing around are pretty impressive. First, let's get this out of the way. In standard form, the BMW X5 M's 4.4-liter bi-turbo V8 engine has 567 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque on tap. That allows the SUV to go from idle to 60 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds and hit a top speed of either 155 miles per hour or 173 miles per hour, with the optional M driver's package. G-Power took those numbers and created a 3-stage kit meant to give the X5 M more power and improved performance. The Stage 1 kit is mainly achieved through a software remap that can be gained through either the G-Power Bitronic 5V1 power module or the Bitronic 2V1 remap. Both modules help bring the SUV's output up to around 650 horsepower and 626 pound-feet of torque, even though they do it through different means. The Bitronic 5V1 power module, for example, is a plug-and-play solution that it's more suited for overseas customers and can be taken out just as easily as it's put in. On the other hand, the Bitronic 2V1 remap is for drivers who are looking for a more permanent customization for their SUV. Together, the two are able to bring out 750 horsepower and 723 pound-feet of torque from the X5 M's bi-turbo V8 engine. The Stage 2 conversion also makes use of both modules, but it also comes with new flow-optimized stainless steel downpipes that are required to cut down the back pressure in the OEM version. The downpipes are integral because the modules are calibrated around this to give the X5 M a juicy 700 horsepower and 667 pound-feet of torque. The last and most powerful conversion is Stage 3. This particular upgrade involves modifications to the turbochargers through the addition of larger turbine and compressor wheels. This works with the downpipes and a bespoke titanium exhaust system that's not only 51 pounds lighter than its OEM counterpart but also features a pair of rear silencers and 4 3.9-inch diameter tailpipes to complete the hardware modification part of the tuning equation. The other part is the software upgrade, which is the responsibility of G-Power's bespoke Bitronic 2V3 system. Together, the two are able to bring out 750 horsepower and 723 pound-feet of torque from the X5 M's bi-turbo V8 engine. The result is an SUV that can hit a standing quarter mile in just 11.5 seconds to go with a top speed of over 186 miles per hour. Chassis and suspension. Seeing as how heavy the engine upgrades are, G-Power complemented all of them with improvements to the SUV's chassis. That's taken care of by the tuner's very own X5 M RS coilover suspension. Pricing. Pricing details may vary depending on the engine program, so to get a better idea on what those prices are, take a look at the pricing table below. Competition. Porsche Cayenne Turbo by Techart. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo is one of the BMW X5 M's biggest rivals, and it just so happens that the Porsche SUV has its own share of aftermarket programs available for it. One of the more noted ones comes by way of Techart, which presented its own kit for the Cayenne Turbo back in November 2015. The most important part of that program is a multi-stage engine upgrade that allowed Techart to increase the output of the Cayenne Turbo to as much as 700 horsepower and 679 pound-feet of torque. The tuner accomplished that by using its own Tektronic engine management system and adding high-performance exhaust manifolds and turbochargers with ball-bearing compressor turbine shafts. These engine enhancements also provide improved performance to the tune of a 0 to 62 mph sprint time of just 4.1 seconds and a top speed of 183 miles per hour. It's not as high as what G-Power was able to get out of the BMW X5 M, but it's more than enough to make for a pretty exciting race. Read our full review here. Conclusion. In terms of programs for BMWs, few do it better than G-Power. There's a reason why the German tuner endlessly touts all the records it has set with some of its aftermarket programs for the German automaker. This particular kit for the X5 M may not be a record breaker in its own right, but it follows the same template that has made G-Power so successful. More power, more power, more power. Seems like a good equation for a car like the X5 M, right? Love it. Plenty of engine upgrade options. Top-end power as staggering Hurricane RR wheels are always welcome additions. Leave it. Not much work on the exterior and interior. Other options available. Some might like the X5 M as it is.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.